I have a serious question for you. Now, think about this. It's going to sound like a joke, but I want you to actually think about this. Have you ever felt a pussy with your ass?
Yes. During a massage.
How good is that?
I mean,
how good is that?
I mean, it's not bad. I'd rather feel it on my dick.
But if you know that it's coming, you know, this is the setup for that.
Yeah.
Like using the sensors, the touch sensors in your ass
sensory
cheeks.
nerves. Yeah, it's like when you go to a rub and tug and like they like graze their hand across your balls as they're like rubbing your thigh and you're like, yep, it's coming. It's coming. She's not.
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the human soul.
He asking, they're like, go ahead and check which one you want. And I'm like, none. I used to fucking be, you know, wait, are we live?
Yeah, I mean, we could get right into it. I mean, you're fired up, and
I'm a little. I took a pre-workout today, so
you came in hot, and it's entertaining me. So I think we gotta fucking flip the switches right now, so we can entertain the other 3 people that watch this.
Well, let's give them the intro real quick, and then let's get into it.
All right, Party with Strategy podcast, Strategy and Dolo show, episode 73. Ooh. We're back in H-Town in the high quality studio.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the episode with Heavy.
It was a little rough.
It irks me a little bit. Those are the kinds of things that would make a normal person be like, I'm not going to put that out. Like, it's not even good enough quality to put out. Like,
but it was
I
good
think
content.
that's what I should have done, but I can't. I don't care enough. I just don't care enough.
You have to keep pushing. I think audio-wise, it wasn't terrible. I mean, the content
audio's
was good.
Fine.
Most people probably listen to this when they're driving or, you know,
yeah,
whatever.
I don't know. But every time I saw one of the clips, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I had to work on them. I'm the one editing them. Whatever. We're back in the stew. It's been 2, maybe even 3 weeks since we've last had an episode.
At least 3 weeks.
Episode.
No, because I missed the episode with the boys from Pretty Liars, so probably a month.
Yeah. Well, the last episode here was with Tachi, and you were getting ready for your lowrider show.
Yes.
You want to speak on that, or you want to just straight condemn the healthcare?
The boys came in. We did a nice little clean sweep, took up all the trophies, and rolled out.
The Majestics?
The Majestics.
Won every trophy there was to win.
Not every trophy, but the ones that are important. We took first place in traditional, semi-custom, and I took second place in full custom.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but it's dope. You're a winner.
We're winning.
I know that you're winning.
We're out here.
Okay.
That being said, let's talk about kiosks and let's talk about guilt tripping.
That's right. You know, I remember we had this conversation originally in Houston at the old spot in Midtown because we tried to clip it up for a promo for Bottled, talking about how nowadays
we did a skit.
That's right. Remember? Yeah.
I do remember that.
So it's only right that we revisit.
Well, we got to revisit because it's getting more aggressive. I'll tell you. It used to be you tip based on the service, but now it's like you tip based on how much of a piece of shit they make you feel like.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. So if you try and make me feel like a piece of shit for not tipping you, I'm just going to make it more clear that I'm not tipping you. And I'm going to watch you when you go back to grab my coffee and make sure you don't fucking stick your dick beaters in my coffee. Because I know the tricks. I've worked in fast food.
Now, when you say dick beaters, you're referring to
fingers
to a homosexual man's hands.
Well, it could be a heterosexual. We all beat our dicks.
This is true.
Whether you like pussy or you like buttholes or you like whatever, you know, cats. You still gotta jerk your own self.
Isn't that funny that we all have dick beaters? No matter if you actually like and seek out dicks or if you like and seek out vaginas, you're
still fucking your hand at the end of the day because you ain't getting no pussy or ass.
And then there's those guys that like to lie and say, I've never masturbated.
I think we had one on our show a couple weeks ago. If
who said that?
Take a guess.
Who said that?
Kaz.
Oh, he did. Well, did he say he doesn't do it anymore? Right?
I think it was one of those things like I don't. It's just something I don't do. I'm like chronic masturbator, right there. Telltale sign, red flag. Okay.
That's the funniest to me. I'm like, it's like. you're not a human.
It's like when girls are like, I don't poop. No, where the fuck does all the food go that I just bought you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, women shit, guys beat their dicks. It's normal. But that's enough dick talk. Let's get back to the subject here.
All right. So
all right.
How do we get
So it used to be they had customer service. That all went out the door with COVID, right? We can establish there's no more customer service from the highest 5-star restaurant to Kroger, where you check yourself out, and there's an overseer that sees all 6 stations and just says, "Hurry, you're doing it wrong, you fucking idiot! You don't know how to scan your chip."
And along with that, prices went up.
And prices went up.
Customer service at an all-time low. Prices are at an all-time high.
It's great. What a time to be alive.
Not great right now.
So the way they figured out, and it's funny because my son was telling me, he's like, "Dad, I'm gonna go work at Mod Pizza." He's like, all the people that work over there, because it's like across this parking lot for the Whataburger he works at.
Okay.
He's like, all the guys over there, they make bank. I'm like, yeah. How is that? Do they pay more hourly? He's like, no, but they got a kiosk. I'm like, oh. He's like, so people are like forced to tip. I'm like, not your dad, but I understand the logic here.
Like most people, we don't do that around
Don't
here.
get me wrong. I will tip when it's appropriate. When I go to a restaurant and I get service, even if it's shitty service, I still give at least 20%. But if I'm fucking telling you what I want, standing there, and you're just handing me the coffee that I ordered, and I don't get any fancy coffee. Maybe if I got a soy frappuccino latte with a fucking goat's milk, whatever.
Yeah. Creams and liquids and pumps. And
You earned a couple dollars. But I'm getting Nitro Grande Black. That's it. You hit the tap. You hand me the cup. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like an asshole for not tipping you on that $10 coffee.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
And I know that you have already started the Starbucks boycott years ago.
Well, it's more of a mental boycott because I really still go there.
Oh, you do still go? I thought you didn't actually go because I stopped going.
Well, listen,
I jumped on that train.
And I'm glad you did. And you're doing God's work, but the reality is it's the closest one to my house, and it's on the way to the highway.
You got Black Rifle coffee.
Black Rifle's fire.
That's Fox News Dad coffee. That's Fox News Dad juice. That's right up your. I imagine you waking up every morning, going right into Black Rifle and fucking showing your gun to everyone. Hey brother, how you doing?
I listen to InfoWars in my car.
Yeah.
No, actually, I do fuck with it. And if I was a vet, I'd probably fuck with it more because they give you a discount. See, that's the difference, right? You go to Starbucks and they guilt trip you into a fucking tip. You go to Black Rifle Coffee and they're like, "Are you a soldier? Because you get half off if you are." And then it kind of makes you feel guilty, and you're like, does like playing one as a child with your friends, does that count? Then I'm an expat.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I like Black Rifle Coffee.
And you got, on top of Black Rifle, you got the naked girls serving coffee.
Perky Cups.
I
still haven't fucking
You
been
have
there.
so many options out
Bro, Perky Cup, we got to go there. I've been waiting for you to come out to my neck of the woods, which you fucking never do.
We'll make a Perky Cups date.
It's like a suburban dad, like, hey, let's go look at the girls at the Perky Cups. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to live that life for one.
Let's do it for one day. We'll smoke some Stokes, you know what I'm saying? Kick back a couple cold ones afterwards.
I'm ready.
That's it. Soak in the pool. Man, it's a good time.
I'm ready.
Suburban dad life.
Have you been in the pool? It's been like fucking 80 degrees.
It's been 80. It was 86 today.
That's
fucking
nuts.
Amazing.
I just got back from Chicago. It is nowhere near 86 degrees.
I'm going out there in a couple weeks. I'm kind of dreading the weather. But you know what the worst part is? I fucking had that beautiful parka that I left there last winter when I went up there and got fucking smacked.
Obliterated.
On fucking our boy's funeral. R.I.P. Eddie Mills.
Baby.
Yeah.
The fucking God. You think that, doesn't he pop into your head every once in a while?
For sure.
Every once you like hear him say something.
Yeah.
Like you do something dumb and you can just hear Eddie's voice.
What the fuck is wrong? I'm like, oh, damn, Eddie. Man, God bless Eddie.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going out there for Christmas. You're gonna be out there same time celebrating Hanukkah?
No, I don't think I'm gonna go for December.
No?
I've been traveling. I've been spending a lot of money. I was in Chicago with Cutswell. Granted, he doesn't watch these, but if he watched this and heard me talking about the amount of money that I spent, he would get very upset because he spent way more. You know?
What did you guys spend money?
He was buying bottles and shit. He was fucking paying for dinners. He's kind of like he's kind of a baller right now.
Well, good for him.
He's out here like he's living that life. He's doing his thing. He's in that world. That's how he's networking. You know what I'm saying? We used to do it.
Yeah,
you used
for
to go
sure.
out,
It's
you
part
go
of the
out,
game.
rub shoulders with the fucking spenders, jerk them off if they ask you to.
Yeah, then they come back and support you when you're playing. It's a circle of life.
He's my
Two
boy's doing
Jews
it right now.
blowing money fast.
Yeah,
You don't see that every day.
it's not a frequent occurrence.
But, you know, God bless you guys. That's awesome. Where all did you guys go?
I don't. Okay, so the first night was Friday night. I was supposed to play a tunnel, and I guess they had like a buyout. Someone had a party up there, and so they moved the tunnel party downstairs to Treehouse.
Okay.
Well, not really.
We've played there before. I know.
really.
I know how the treehouse.
I'm gonna be honest. I was really looking forward.
Wait, it was in the street level one or the lower level? Isn't there a lower level too? Or am I tweaking?
No,
That's just the bathroom where you go do cocaine.
that's the bathroom where you go do cocaine.
Okay, never mind.
It's
It
it's
kinda-
a party down there.
I was gonna say that's like the best club in the whole building to me. You know.
Yeah, you think of Treehouse, you're like, yeah, the one in the basement, right, with all the people in the stall.
With all the urinals, that's like the craziest club I've ever been in.
Yeah, no, I was. You know me. You've known me for a while.
A couple years.
When I'm just not happy about doing something,
You get in a funk.
it's hard to break out of that.
Yeah.
And it's very evident. You could see it.
You can
very
feel it.
clearly.
You can feel it in the air.
Yeah. So I was not happy about having a DJ down there. I don't like the sound system. I don't like the booth monitor is a smaller monitor with less bass. That's 6 inches from your right ear. So you're just blowing it out. You're literally deaf, 17 decibels by the time you're done DJing there. And the DJ booth is the most atrocious contraption. It's a contraption is what it is. There's never been a DJ booth that's like a Ninja Warrior course to get in and out of.
Right.
Outside of Treehouse.
Well, have you ever DJed in roof at the fucking old perch they used to have, where you had to fucking scale up a fucking mountain? Yeah, they're literally like a fucking ladder, 2 stories up to this little fucking steel box in the sky. I feel like I'm hunting deer or something. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck is this thing?
I do remember that.
But it was good time.
Yeah, so they took a page out of Roof on the Wits book on this one.
They're still in business.
It's the Roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Looks like they're kind of popping a little bit.
ever since so before I ever started working there, and you were there already, I think, for like their
I did
actual
Thursdays.
poppin' Sunday fun days and
Well, I
shit.
did some of the yeah, but
Right?
Thursdays was-
Like it was an actual
Yeah.
like lit, established, well-known party in the city. I missed that. And
Oh,
Roof, my whole
Corona used to sponsor it. It was dope.
yeah, I only heard amazing stories. I'm sad that I missed it, but my time at Roof has always been a little dead. But the thing was, like, they were always like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like,
It's a check. It's a hotel. They got banked.
Yeah, we were making money. This is just like an extra thing for the guests. If
Right.
you want to come up here and have fun, you're here. Like, it doesn't matter. There's no pressure. I always kind of like that.
Yeah, that is nice because you
You know?
get a little bit more eclectic with your set.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're at you're pissed off. Old
Yeah,
Uncle Lago was there or what?
Lago's there, who I love. He's one of the best.
Yeah, for sure.
But I wasn't happy. I was looking so forward to playing at Tunnel. I like that room. It's a good spot. The sound is good.
But
the crowd
upstairs.
is good. The upstairs
Right.
Tunnel, yeah. And then to be in that,
Yeah, it's a little bit
it
disappointing.
was really.
I could see that.
I was just let down, and obviously it's no one's fault, but shit happens. This is my own thing. I get this way, so I'm feeling like fuck, you know.
What we were doing a Sunday party there for a little while. Remember?
Before it was Treehouse.
No, I
was
think it was called Treehouse.
No, it was still Old Crow. They were doing the Sunday party
right.
at Old Crow.
No,
Yeah, because they had just like a little table set up for the DJ booth.
that's what I thought you were talking about. This is something different.
Bro, this is literally. We're in the DJ booth, right?
Okay.
This is the DJ booth right in front of us, CDJs. To get into the DJ booth,
Oh, I saw this. I'll be sick in a video with you, right?
the DJ equipment sits on the door.
Yeah.
So if somebody were to come and open the door to the DJ booth, they're literally taking the CDJs away for the CDJs are just moving away from you while this door
How
opens.
high was someone when they made that?
I don't
Because that's fucking. Sorry to whoever made that if you're watching. That's retarded.
It's not.
It's not. It doesn't make sense.
It's wild.
I get it. You got to utilize whatever space you got, but like, they do have stands that have swivels. You know what I'm saying? But like, giving whoever's on the other side of the door the control to pull a turntable, it's kind of terrifying as a DJ.
Yeah, and I'm, you could probably lock it so they can't pull it, but it's like you're locked into the DJ booth. I don't ever want to be locked into the DJ booth.
You want to have one foot on the dance floor.
I want to have one foot in the basement party downstairs a little bit, and maybe get
or one nostril.
A little king of sucky. You know what I'm saying?
Did you get some sucky in Chicago?
It was good.
You want to talk about getting your dick sucked?
No. It was I had a strong time. I had a strong time.
Did you or did you not get your dick sucked?
Well, which time?
The last time you were there.
Yeah, but like, which time do you want to know about?
Oh, there was multiple dick suckings. That was a good time. All right, we'll take that. We'll take that as a win.
No. But I also did pass up some pussy for the gym, like I said.
Let's talk about that. So, paint the picture for me. You got your shaker filled up with your pre-workout. Your gym clothes are on.
Well, okay. I had plans to go to the gym with Diddy at 1 a.m.
Okay.
But I also had plans with this girl at 11
Wait.
p.m.
Wait. So the tweet today was about last weekend.
This was, it was an old tweet.
Okay, I thought you're just because I'm out of the Twitter world.
I'm on a time delay.
I'm like TikTok, Twitter. I only get it by the time it shows up on my Facebook or Instagram. I'm old.
Okay, here's the thing. So this girl doesn't follow me on Twitter, so I tweeted that night.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to post it on my Instagram that night because she does follow me on Instagram.
So you
she was already mad about it.
Okay.
I didn't want to.
Did she respond to the story today?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, whatever. It is what it is. So you're supposed to meet up with Diddy.
I'm supposed to meet up with Diddy at 1 a.m. I have plans with this girl at 11 p.m. I assumed, which is, I'm already to blame. Once assuming only makes an ass out of you and me. It's always true. It's always true. Uh-huh. Every time I've ever assumed something, it's blown up in my face.
Facts.
Backfired. I assumed that was a good enough time zone for me to hang out with this young lady and make her a meal like I do when I invite women to my home. Light the candles,
nice charcuterie,
have the dinner. Yeah, I hire a midget butler to put the cheese on his head. He walks around. Massage, everything, just the normal.
Yeah.
And then I thought, because she works a regular day job, my alarm's going off.
What an asshole. What an asshole. What a guy.
She works a regular day job, so I figured that she would be wanting to go home by like midnight or 1, whatever. She was late and wasn't even going to get to my crib till 12. And I was still like, okay, but just so you know, I got to go to the gym at 1. And apparently women don't like when you have other plans on the same night that you made plans with them.
Yeah.
You knew this?
I've dated a couple.
You knew this?
Yeah, I've acquired this.
I don't date that often. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy planning out his day.
To them, you're like, what am I, a fucking whore? You're just gonna fuck me and then run off and go to the post office or whatever you got to do. It's like, I'm trying to plan out my day here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They want to cuddle and watch a movie after.
To me, I'm just a guy filling out my calendar.
Yeah.
To her, I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world.
Right.
How dare you?
I'd say you're somewhere in the middle.
I'm somewhere in the middle. So she then gets mad about me having to go to the gym, and she tries to guilt trip me into not going to the gym. And this is my last night in the city.
Wait, so you and JD went from doing the Harlem Street Shuffle and stacking Whoppers and fucking God knows what together to make the most atrocious meals I've ever seen to going to the gym together?
Yeah.
That's always
that. Well,
or is this recovery from the
It's eating? A little recovery. Yeah. You got to get, like, we've always done that. Even in high school when we were fucking, invented the Harlem Street Shuffle. We always would go play basketball at the gym or something. Like you got to have a little bit of a relief, or like you gotta earn your next meal. You know what I mean?
For sure.
We've always done that. So yeah, we had plans to go to the gym, and I chose the gym over. I wanted to kick it with my boy.
So was the argument via phone, or this was when she was at your house?
No, she wasn't at my house already. This was text.
Oh.
She was like, "Should I still come?" She's like, guilt trips me. Oh, you made plans on the night you had plans with me, and then you're gonna choose your boy.
They just want you to fucking drop. They want to ruin your life. Is really what it is. But one gym trip at a time, I guess. Have you ever seen that video where the guy, it's like a cartoon, and the girl's like, "I'm in your neighborhood. Should I come by?" He's like, "Yeah, if you want to come by, that's cool." And she's like, "Do you want me to come by?" And he's "I want you to come by if you want to come by."
Yeah.
I mean, that's everybody,
Dude, and honestly, they are like that in the bed sometimes. Obviously not like someone you've been with forever, your wife or whatever, but like
first timer.
When you're first hanging out with a lot of girls, they're like, they make you really perform and show that you want it. Yeah. And then they'll pull back a little bit, and then you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to bed then, Yeah. And then it's like, well, they'll snuggle up.
Yeah,
they want
push their ass up on you a little bit. Yeah,
they really fucking put you to work.
Well, the thing is, they've been taught their entire life to use that as a weapon, and so then when a nice guy like yourself comes in and says, "I just want to, nurture it and make you feel good," and they say, "Well, the problem with that is this is a weapon, not a thing of pleasure."
Yeah. They lose sight of what God really put it there for.
Yeah.
They weaponize their
There's a reason we both get orgasms.
Yeah. They're smart. They are smart.
They're smart. They're not caveman brain. They're smart.
You got to give it to them.
Even if a girl's horny, she's not, sliding in everybody's DMs, trying to send pictures of her pussy.
Right.
They're built different. They're built a little different. Yeah. And I think that there's a reason why. And that's why the world is not grossly overpopulated yet.
Yeah. They're built a little bit different. Although I will say this newer generation, they're changing a bit.
How is that?
And it's for the worse.
Okay. Well,
they're in their Rihanna phase.
That's right, not just women. That's men. That's everything that's out here right now.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I mean, every day
Did you bring your tinfoil hat or not?
I mean, listen. Every day
Did you bring
I
your tinfoil
look at
hat?
my news feed and I just get a little closer to fucking just ending it. Because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? All right. How long are we going to play these jokes on humanity until we're just fucking nuke the whole shit? Because look at it. You know what I'm thinking about.
I know exactly what you're thinking about.
Your girl BG. I don't know if she would like to be referred to as. I'm going to speak on it.
I think she'd like to be referred to as Big BG.
Yeah. Big Dick Brittany Griner.
Yeah. BDBG.
BDBG. That's like BCBG, right? Like the fashion company. Listen.
Just take a minute.
I want to choose my words carefully because I know someone's going to get their panties in a bunch. But luckily, I don't give a fuck.
And this is hot right now. So just know that
I've seen both sides of the fucking spectrum. And I'm not even going to get into the Marine that's still stuck over there.
We need to bring Bud on the show for that.
But we've all seen Lord of War.
He's not a great guy.
He's not a great guy. You watch the movie and you're like, this guy is responsible for wiping out half of the continent of Africa. Literally. That's why I know this isn't a race thing. Because it's like, wait a minute. So you think letting the one girl out is worth the guy who's literally been responsible for millions of Africans being killed? Like, not just like he put like some guns in some people's hands. Like, he had a fleet of cargo planes, like a fleet, like 30 or 40, maybe 60 when I was doing some research of cargo planes that he would just fill up with massive amounts of AK-47s and just fly into war-torn countries in Africa and just dump them for some gold.
Now, forgive me for my ignorance. Why was he doing that?
Money.
How was he getting the money?
Because the rebels or whoever was in charge of the nations that were at war had access to money. Their people didn't have
paying
resources.
Him for money. They're paying him for guns and ammo.
These are all contracts. Right.
And he knows he's not. This is not like trying to condemn Dick's Sporting Goods
Right.
for selling a rifle to some kid
Right.
that accidentally shoots his little brother.
We're talking, hey, go kill that warring tribe over there.
Yeah, it's a little more.
He vastly escalated the conflicts across Africa. So, but not even just Africa. I mean, all around the world. They call him the Merchant of Death.
Yeah. Well, she's pretty good though.
We traded a pot smoking.
Oh, don't come for
Has
my people
been
like that.
WNBA player who wasn't even playing for the U.S. at the time. From what I understand, she had gotten shipped out to play for Russia.
Well, yeah, that's what she was doing there, right?
Yes. So what the? Listen. I just don't even know anymore.
Well, let me ask you some questions.
Talk to me.
Is this the LeBron James of women's basketball?
I have no idea because I've never watched WNBA. She could suck for all I know.
Now, what do you think the benefit is of giving away Nicolas Cage's character in The Lord of War? I'm sorry, The Merchant of Death.
Yeah, let's just call it what it is.
What do you think the benefit is for America to trade The Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner's freedom?
A couple more votes from stupid 18-year-old children.
Because this, I'll be honest, this kind of feels like...
There's a backdoor deal behind all this, maybe?
No. This kind of feels like when Jussie Smollett got into all that shit. And there was like a couple people who were like, yo, this is definitely racism, and like on their Facebook feeds typing fucking statuses about it. But most people were quiet. Right. Most people were more quiet, and they're like, this is...
Something doesn't add up here.
Something, right. It kind of has... Because you see a couple people. There's obviously some people on this side that are yelling, that's the move, that's the move. There's some people on this side that are yelling, the Marine. But generally, most people are sort of like quiet about it. Yeah. So I think everyone kind of is in the same understanding of like, that's wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only people that I've seen that are like even like happy for the trade are people that literally only seek out arguments on Facebook.
That's what I'm saying.
I almost feel like the only reason they're saying it's a good deal is to bait people in to argue with them, because that's the only reason of existence they have.
That's it. That's all they have. They go about their day blind and numb to everything. Nothing moves the meter in their life. Nothing's important. Nothing's fun. Nothing's anything other than getting the reaction that they get from riling other people up on the internet.
Right. Well, here's what I would say for Brittany. She's probably better off in that prison, because I'm pretty sure a vast majority of the world is not happy with it.
I don't know that I'd say she's better off in the prison.
Well, I don't know. I've never been in a Russian prison. I'm sure it's not great.
I can't imagine it's
probably not great. But like, how much time was she looking at? 3 years?
I don't even know.
I don't know. So listen, don't listen to anything. Disclaimer: we don't fucking really know. I'm basing this off of a couple fucking Facebook articles I read.
But the Merchant of Death.
I did do a little research on the Merchant of Death. It's kind of crazy.
Kind of a wild guy.
Very wild guy.
He's a wild guy.
I think, I don't know how this would play in, but isn't it kind of coincidental this whole thing is happening during the conflict with Russia and Ukraine? So if this Merchant of Death, man, right, has some plugs to get weapons to the Russians to fight Ukraine, and they kind of already planned this ahead of time because they're like, fuck, we need to get more weapons. Brittany Griner, lock her up. We're going to use her as a pawn to get this other guy.
Is this your own thought, or did
this
you
is my
read
own
something
thought.
about this?
This is my own thought.
This is not a bad one.
Think about it.
This is
not. I'm not one to wear a tin hat, but just think about it. So they use her as a pawn. they know our administration is fucking retarded.
Well, they did it. They're watching their work.
Yeah. Well, did you watch I don't know if you saw the clip that was on the Russian news station where they were like even making fun of America. They're like, they're like, I'm not going to paraphrase what they said, but basically they were saying these idiots like traded this for this, like that was such a horrible move. And it's like this, and Russia, you got to think about it. Russia is very, very particular about what they let be on TV, especially during the time of the conflict with Ukraine. Yeah. Like if you talk up against the Russian government, it's very bad. But the fact that they're openly speaking about this and just like clowning America means obviously they know that was fucking stupid. But like every day, more wild shit happens with this administration. And as much as I fucking don't want to have anything to do with politics, I would have to be fucking blind, and I would have to be a vegetable, okay?
That's what they're trying to make you.
I mean, that's
all that TikToking's only gonna.
Oh, I don't TikTok, but maybe that's why it's so difficult for me, because I can't just wash it down with the new, snap dance. But I just I'm turning to a vegetable.
Yeah, it's working. You just enjoy your time. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
We're gonna be fucking Chinese slaves in like
whatever
25 years,
it's all
but
good.
It's fucking fine.
What
it
the
don't
fuck
matter.
am I gonna do?
It don't matter. But here's the thing: do you think that, expanding on your theory, do you think that this was even thought of? Like, this is the reason that they not even arrested.
It's chess, not checkers. Yes.
Do you think that this is why they probably offered her a lot of money to come play basketball in Russia, to bring her there, to lure the bait in?
I don't know about that, because that wouldn't really fit the timeline of the whole Ukrainian conflict and them running out of weapons. But it's possible. Okay. I think more likely it was like, oh, we got this. It kind of fell in their lap. They're like, oh, we got this girl, was breaking the law. Like, could they let her go? Sure. But they're like, let's just throw the book at her. And then they're like, wait a minute, now we got a POW in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, better than a POW, because people know about this Brittany Griner, right? So they're going to, he already knows how the American people work and how they're going to get their panties on a bunch and, cry about it. Listen, and for anybody who thinks I'm being insensitive, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Because I'm the type of motherfucker, if I do the crime, I'm going to do the time. I'm not going to fucking sit here and cry. You're not going to have to make a GoFundMe for me. That's it. I did it. That's it. That's it. I know it's a rare occasion in today's day and age.
You are a true
But that
man.
gives me the right to tell you you're a fucking idiot. Because I'm not riding with that.
Yeah, no, I respect it. I respect it. I mean, it's an insane position for me to put myself in when I think about it, because I fucking fly between states all the time with weed pens. To think of like, if somebody
okay. Let me stop you right there. You fly within the states.
Right.
You don't fucking go to Russia. Okay, listen, we're not talking about going to fucking like England or, somewhere nice, ally of ours. We're talking about a fucking communist country. Well, they're not communist now, but they're fucking communists, right? It's like going to North Korea, you know what I'm saying, with a fucking bag of crack. Like, it's not a good idea, okay?
Yeah, I mean, if I was traveling out of the country, I definitely would not. I'm too scared, but that's because I'm too scared.
Or you're intelligent.
I guess you could say that. I guess you
fear,
could say that. Is it
fear
is
a natural, a natural way of your body looking out for yourself, right? There's a reason you fear a flying object flying at your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look out for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
true.
didn't duck when the fucking rock was thrown at her head. She smoked it.
Let's go.
But that's enough BG talk for the evening. If we're going to talk any more about BG, it's going to be the Cash Money one.
I'm charged.
He's done a lot of time himself, But
I have a serious question for you. Now think about this. It's going to sound like a joke, but I want you to actually think about this. Have you ever felt a pussy with your ass?
Yes. During a massage.
How good is that?
I mean,
How good is that?
I mean, it's not bad. I'd rather feel it on my dick, but you know.
But if you know that it's coming, you know, this is the setup for that.
Yeah.
To feel a pussy with your ass is something special.
Yeah.
Like using the sensors, the touch sensors in your ass
Sensory
cheeks.
nerves. Yeah, it's like when you go to a rub and tug and like they like graze their hand across your balls as they're like rubbing your thigh and you're like, yep, it's coming. It's coming. She's knocking. Come on in. You know? I mean, but I will say I don't like getting massaged with the girl sitting on me. I prefer like them on the side. Something about like the pushing and like my dick smashing up against the fucking
No, I like
mattress.
I like it. I want to be. This experience, this thought came to me from getting a massage from a chick that I'm having sex with currently
On a regular basis?
on a semi-regular basis.
Like a girlfriend?
I don't think I would even.
Be careful because
Bro,
she's probably
I-
watching.
Well, I don't know. It's definitely not a girlfriend. There's
Okay, okay,
100% not a girlfriend. It's a girl that I have smashed before, and then we stopped smashing for a while, and now we're back to smashing a little bit. But like,
She kind of like a Pokemon character?
I mean, personally, she reminds me more of like a 90s movie. So like, she looks like she came out of Clueless or like Boy Meets
So you're
World.
saying, oh, okay. I thought that was like a code word for she's retarded.
No. She looks like a 90s Nickelodeon star. She's like 90s Nickelodeon hot.
There was a lot of children on the Nickelodeon. Maybe like 90s
But when
MTV.
they were children, we were children. Like the way that I saw those
That's
women
not a
like,
good
as
sell.
a young, like in my mind, this
You're giving me R. Kelly vibes right now.
you know,
Okay.
if you want to talk about your boy, you don't got to throw me under the bus for it. Let's
go ahead and just use that as a spin-off, and let's get right into my man Kels. Kels dropped us a 19-minute banger.
Did you actually listen to the whole 19
No,
minutes?
no, it
Did
was
you listen to any of it?
I listened to a little bit. Okay, so there was like a whole album, right? Apparently, this was released a while back because when I found it on YouTube, it was like a few months old.
Yeah.
It's just people know about it now because it got taken off of Apple, or maybe it just recently got added to Apple Music or whatever.
Okay.
But from what I understand, he recorded it before he got locked up. But like when the shit was like going down, you know, around the time where he goes, "Is this camera on? Y'all playing with me?" That era.
Yeah.
You know. So it was called "I Did It." And it talks about like I think the first like story was him talking about fucking his boy's girl, and then like fucking his girl's girl. It's just a lot of confessions.
Like fucking his girl's daughter?
Eventually, I don't know if it was his girl's daughter, but just
Someone's daughter.
yeah, it was. That's when I kind of was like, you know, I can't do this. And then there was another one too on there.
To turn it into music it's
Well,
almost
this is the
wrong.
same guy who made "Trapped in the Closet" volumes 1 through 17.
Right. Yeah, but
He's a
Trapped in the
story-
Closet, he's a storyteller, but Trapped in the Closet is like a fun,
Fictional.
funny, there's a midget under the sink.
That was when I was like, all right, you're running out of things to say now. The first 8 chapters, you had me. Yeah,
But to
Do you-
turn to
pre pedophilia R. Kelly, wasn't it so great to like play? Do you remember those nights? Like there's a night I remember Underground playing the Trapped in the Closet.
he was there.
Was he there?
Oh, he was at Underground. I can remember when the Club Killers guys were with us. DeVille was with us. And
Yeah, I can remember a few times
I
he was
think
there
you
and
were
he got on
playing
the
at
mic.
Underground and he was
He
there.
might have been. I mean, I think it was Rock City actually that night. But
Oh.
either way, but I don't know if it was the same night, but it might have been the same. I don't fucking know. But I just remember playing Trapped in the Closet and like people singing like damn near to tears.
Yeah.
And I'll miss that because you can get away with playing R. Kelly now. Maybe not the "I Did It" song. You'll never get that
Nah.
response.
Yeah. Maybe you will. I think in 10 years.
Yeah, you're starting to get a good response out of Michael Jackson.
You're
again.
detached from it, and it's not like a thing.
I've played quite a few R. Kelly songs, and I don't ever get a bad look, honestly. This might have put a little heat on him. You might have to wait a couple weeks, but
I was much more nervous doing it in Chicago than I would be in Houston. I'll tell you that
could have
much.
been related to the
Yeah. Like,
so it hits a little closer to home.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean Houston. They I don't know if they don't know that it happened or they don't seem to care.
In Houston, most people are really just concerned with themselves. They don't.
Imagine that. Could you imagine if the whole world was like that? What a place.
It would be a wild place.
It'd be a great place, to be honest. It'd be a very great place. Yeah, but anyways, that's all I got to say about the R. Kelly thing. I mean, I don't think I could. I being that I'm a girl that I couldn't ever like play that song in the club. As much as I kind of think it'd be funny.
Wait, which song? I did it. Oh yeah. But even if it,
like when a woman's fed up, you can't hear these classics. I mean, the guy's got fucking classics. You can't tell me just because like he's a fucked up individual that you would never listen to any of those. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
like
someone made a good point the other day. Like, there's an endless list of rappers that have done terrible things. If you look into their criminal records,
YMW Melly made a song about the double homicide that he's currently incarcerated for, and people are still like, "Oh man, that's a banger."
Yeah, so it's like what R. Kelly did is definitely bad, but also killing somebody is definitely
double homicide. Pretty bad.
But you don't care about that. It's like you just people.
Why don't you care about that? Is it because they're blacks?
Oh, here we go. Brittany Griner's on his mind.
No, not Brittany, but I'm just saying we should care more about people talking about killing people. If you're really gonna be, decisive.
No. I'm going the opposite direction. We need to care less about everything. We don't need to care more about that. We need to care less about everything. We need to only care about like what you can control. You know what I'm saying? Right. Only care about fucking.
Let art and music be music.
Yeah. Good music's good music,
and it's all good.
And it just makes you feel a certain way, even if you know that the guy who made it
was writing about a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Potentially. I'm sure he fucked older girls, too.
He probably fucked older.
He could have only fucked, like, minors, right?
I mean, we watched the documentary together, and they painted quite the convincing picture.
When they had him up there.
It was like on a timeline. Every 35 seconds, it cut to this concert scene of R. Kelly thrusting his hips into the camera.
Fucking, what about have you watched the Aaliyah interview?
No.
With him and Aaliyah, it's hard to watch because she was like 14 at the time. Though she looked like she was 30. You know she was 14, and you know he was 30, kicking it with her.
Yeah, and I remember when that shit was happening. I remember being in school and hearing like, "Oh, R. Kelly's like with Aaliyah, and that's like a bad thing." And I was probably fucking 12, 10 or something, and you don't get it.
You're like,
you don't get it. You're like, what? It doesn't. Who cares?
Yeah,
you know. But now you're like, oh yeah, that's
a no-no.
14, like you can't even make a good decision at 14.
But where are the parents at? Like, right? Because like, here's my thing: is like,
they were probably getting paid.
That's what I'm saying.
Michael Jackson.
Well,
case.
Like no one wants to talk about the fact that like these people are like basically selling their kids. Like, because I'm gonna tell you, if my daughter became a singer, and some fucking creepy old motherfucker was like, "Yeah, I'll make her a star," I'm gonna fucking shoot him. I'm just gonna shoot him, and I'll go to jail, and she can just become a doctor or something. But I'm not letting no motherfucker. No, hell no, because you get those vibes, and everybody in the interviews are talking about, well, you could just tell. And it's like, well, then what the fuck did you do? You did nothing.
Yeah.
So you're the fucking criminal just as much. Yeah. Don't fucking sell your kids to fucking make them celebrities.
Don't sell your kids to pop stars.
Right.
Don't. So the fact that has to be said these days.
Because everybody's like, oh, well, Kim Kardashian's mom's a genius. No, she fucking sold her family.
She They got a lot of money, though.
They got a lot of money.
They got a lot of money.
Let's be honest. Their family's pretty fucked up.
It's pretty fucked.
I mean,
it's not good.
No one's family's perfect.
Look what they did to Kanye.
Look what they've done to every man.
I'm a Jew with a Kanye tattoo.
Oh shit, that's right.
Like, I should make that like a support Facebook group. Jews with Kanye tattoos.
You should totally. I totally forgot about that. Let me see it real quick.
I saw
in
some other country.
Hey, it looks like he's just like upset sitting on his stuff. He's like, I'm on a Jew right now.
The fact that I gotta be here right now.
It's like I'm stuck on a Jew forever.
He's pissed, bro.
Right next to the shellings.
He's sitting on top of a Jew.
Oh man, just surrounded by with the Jew hand with the gold coins.
The gold coins.
He's just trapped. No wonder he's so sad. Bear.
Let's fucking go.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't even know what to talk about Kanye. That motherfucker. Look, I wanted to side with him for a long time. He makes it a little hard.
Yo, to me, he honestly like that shitty mood that I get in that we were talking about earlier. He to me feels like he's in that mood.
He's just stuck.
Where he's just like, fuck it, like fuck you, fuck this, fuck her, fuck him, fuck. This is my opinion, and I will argue it. Because he said, what did he say? He said, all Jews should forgive Hitler or something that people are outraged.
I don't even know what he said. A lot of shit,
but if you really take emotions out of it and think about that statement, he could argue it. He could argue it. He could say, well, yes, I think that they should forgive Hitler because living with hate in your heart is no way to live, and it's only bad for you, and you must forgive to move on. Like, you know, which is all real, true shit. Not something that needs to be said about the Jews and Hitler. He's obviously insane right now. But he just, to me, feels like he's in that mood, like stuck in that, like, fuck you, fuck everyone, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And I think the more people probe him to try and get him to apologize, the more he's like gonna find a point. Because you can find a point for him. Listen, if someone can side with Brittany Griner, you can find a point to argue anything, right? So just let him do his thing.
You can make a good argument for anything, which is why the internet is a dangerous place. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's fucking flat earthers out there that are like convinced by some man's argument of the fact that the earth is flat. That is reality.
Yeah.
Reality.
The same person that I heard argue that was a black Israelite. So
I thought, are you talking about Kyrie?
I don't. It was no. But I could see that. I was talking about the guy we used to work with.
Was he a flat earther?
Oh yeah.
No.
Big time.
You're lying.
Not lying. We argue. I mean, he argued.
How did that even come about?
I think that the people that were in the office were kind of like trying to get it out of him because AJ was like, "Well, I've been watching it on TikTok, and they stand a good point." And then Brittany's like, "No, there's no fucking way that's it." And then he's like, "Well, he's a flat earther too." And then he's like, "What? Oh yeah, think about it." And I'm like, "Oh Jesus." They're like day and night. It's just like a light going in a circle. I'm like, or a planet orbiting a light source. Like, I don't know, man.
It's wild out here.
At this point, I'm starting to believe more and more every day that I'm on the Truman Show, and I'm just like, you know, like however long you can handle this is like what level you've made it to. And they're like, God, I can't believe Dolo's made it to fucking level 130. We're just throwing crazy shit at him now.
Yeah. Like, holy shit, these guys can withstand some insanity.
Right. They're like, well, release the murder hornets. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's every day. It just, but I wonder how much of this, because you got to remember, media is the devil. How much of this is just
Russian bots spreading misinformation?
Not Russian bots, but just media in general, knowing that if they post a story about whatever.
We need Joe Maz here right now.
We do need our boy Joe back. But how much of that is maybe just them thinking like we need to get more clicks, guys. Let's blow up some kind of story. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's all it is.
Oh, Kanye hates Jews. Let's find the craziest thing Kanye said. Get a clip of it. Let's post it up. Crazy headline. Run it. You know what I'm saying?
That's literally all it is, because clicks equal money,
right? And
these are corporations that are making money,
right?
And every year you have to make more money,
right?
So it's how is the money
crazier news, and we're thinking, holy shit, the world is crazy. But I bet you if you fucking threw your phone away and you just went on about your life, it wouldn't be that crazy.
That's not even a bet that you have to make. That's just a fact.
So I need to unplug. I need to unplug. It's so hard though when you have a fucking show where you talk about these things.
I mean, it's hard to disconnect from
in general
the world and still be a civil functioning human in the world.
Because everyone else is connected.
You
have to be in contact with other people.
Yeah.
So when they talk about things, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and like you want to fit in, you want to feel like you can hold a conversation with someone. You know what I mean? If you knew nothing and everybody was talking about stuff, you would just be an outsider. You would eventually have to leave. Yeah. You would be like, I'm not happy here. Yeah. I can't even speak to anybody.
And I'll be honest. And this is a hot take, but I feel like some, and not all, but some in the past DJs that I've known who ended up quitting drinking and successfully doing it eventually became kind of that. They're just like, I just can't function around all these people that are just wasted all the time. Like because you start seeing things differently when you're sober.
100%, yeah.
And I think. Not to use that as an excuse, but I think that's part. I think about that sometimes where I'm like, man, I'd like to just fucking quit drinking. But I'm like, if I'm going to do that, I better start thinking about another job.
Yeah.
But one day it'll happen.
And that comes, I think, with time. Like
it's just part of growth.
Eventually, you're going to want to not DJ that much.
Yeah.
You probably do right now.
Be honest with you, right, it's not my favorite, but I am very blessed and I'm happy to be supporting my family and I make a great living. So
for sure,
definitely not complaining. But
it's not complaining, but it's realizing that you feel a certain way and then taking the appropriate steps to
pivot to your next step.
or just take that into account. Be like, all right, if this is how maybe I'll fucking build lowriders and sell them or whatever the fuck else you want to do. You know what I mean?
I got one, but we'll put it on the back burner for now.
What? A lowrider?
No, my pivot move.
Oh, you got one locked and loaded?
I got a little something I've been working on.
Not
really working on. It's more researching on. I don't want to put it out there yet. I can't
Are you
put
teaming up with the Merchant of Death?
No.
Because that's how you
I can't put it out in the universe yet because I just kind of want to let it. I feel like sometimes when you talk about things before you make actions on things,
especially on the internet,
it can kind of like. I'm just want to let it happen. We'll see.
All right. I feel like sometimes it could go one of two ways. You release it into the universe and somebody else could do it because it's now released into the universe. It's an idea that has been spoken of and
exactly
is now traveling around.
So let me just hold on to it until the time's right, and I'm gonna attack.
Okay. Now let me end with this. Do you have a confession to make about anything? Because I have a confession.
Confessions every fucking day.
All right, think of a good one. I'm gonna tell you mine.
Okay. I think we used to do this.
Yeah, and I woke up today and realized that I need to clear my conscience a little bit. I came home last night, and my new neighbors over here were having a party. You could hear it. Sounded like a good time. In fact, it sounded like such a good time that I got a little horny.
Oh. Were they fucking?
It sounded like they may have been slapping each other's asses or something. There was
like a little orgy going on?
Like a fun, girly laugh and then like a slap, and they had Nicki Minaj, Super Freaky on. It sounded like a good time. Hold on. All right?
I think I know where you're going with this. And let me just say, before you go too far, this is going on the internet and you don't want to get arrested.
No, it's not going there.
Okay.
So I'm like, damn, I want to fuck these girls. But I'm not going to knock on their door. You know what I mean?
Yo, this is where you could have naked manned them. Could have ended bad, actually, but.
Yeah. So I got on the, the app that they use for this building, like where I pay my rent.
Come on. Let's hear it, Strategy.
And I went to the community wall. Okay. There's a community wall where everybody who lives here, if you're let's say you're selling a TV, maybe you can throw it up there and let everyone know that you have a TV for sale and hopefully make some money. And I went on the community wall and I wrote 1406 is having a good time, or 1406 is partying, and I'm not mad at it. And I put the little emoji with the thing because I kind of wanted to like see if maybe the other
bait out there.
I was putting some bait out there. I wanted to see if maybe the other neighbors were gonna be like, yeah, I fucking heard that too, or something, or if they were gonna be like, hey, we're having sex in here, come join us. Yeah, that's what I was really hoping for, but it ended up working the opposite. I woke up
flagged.
I woke up to, so apparently you can't just post on the community wall. They don't trust us. It goes through a.
So it didn't like, get up there. It got hit by management.
Yeah,
they're like, listen, you fucking creep. There's a reason why we audit this.
So I get a call this morning. I got a voicemail. It's like, hey, this is Chelsea at the front office. We saw your message last night, and we have reprimanded 1406. They got a notice. I basically snitched. I basically snitched last night, and I feel like a piece of shit.
Now they know. They're like, the neighbor over there. Last time we were having an orgy, got all mad. What an asshole. Let's go fuck at my place. That's the last time they host an orgy there, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, I just felt bad for snitching. You know what I'm saying? Because I was fine with it. Because hopefully they do that often, and one day I come home and one of them's out there, her boyfriend broke up with her, so she's in the hall crying on the phone while everyone else is partying, and then I can console her. We can go back in together.
Yeah. There used to be in the back of a newspaper, there was a section where it would be like, I forget what the term of it was, but it was like if you saw a girl walking down the street and you felt like there was a connection, and you'd be like, misconnections, and they'd be like, I was walking down State Street and we locked eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wonder if I actually got laid off that, or
somebody had to have
at some point,
and it probably wasn't even the right person.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was you for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. They met up and it was like,
He's like, I'm already here. I might as well.
100%. That's how the fat girls on Tinder get you.
Oh, for sure. They know what they're doing. God, I'd have to think about it, man. I wasn't ready for a confession.
I know. That's why I wanted to try and let it marinate.
But your story was too good for me to like get into my brain and dig something up. I got nothing. Maybe next week I'll come with something better.
It's all
But
good.
I do remember, in the past living in high rises and having neighbors in the hall like that, where like this one. Okay, so 2003. I don't know if this is a confession. I guess this could be a confession. I'm like 18. No, it might have been 2004. I'm 18. Anyways, I just moved to Chicago. I was living with my brother in his building. And like down the hallway, I remember one time I was coming off the elevator to go to the apartment, and I just hear like just this girl getting fucked. I mean, like scream, like it was echoing through the hallway so loudly.
I would have to go masturbate in his bathroom.
Well, hold on.
I would have to go. I can't handle that, bro. I'm like,
hold on.
Let me in.
Bro, it was like, it's like a mating call, right? So it's just like, and it's so loud. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was so loud that like one of the Indian ladies, because there was a lot of Indian people who lived on the floor, like popped out her head. And I'm like standing in the hallway. Listen, I'm like, that's fucking loud. And she's like, what the fuck is going on?
That's fucking loud as hell, right?
No, but I'm like, that's loud as shit, right? So like, I'm like, soaking this up. And of course I'm 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid, horny as shit, right? So I'm like, damn, I bet she's like just fucking, right? As an adult looking back, I'm like, that might have been her husband, who knows what not, right? But so I remember what room or what apartment it was, and like I think like within a week, I had seen like her coming out of the apartment when I was coming off the elevator another time, and so I was like, let me throw a Hail Mary.
Shoot.
Let me throw a Hail Mary here because I might get to bang this girl on my brother's couch.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, and I felt a little creepy because I was probably a little overly aggressive with my thing, because I'm thinking like, no, you're gonna fuck me because like you're a hoe.
Because you fuck. Like we met already.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know that. I was on the other side.
I've been jerking off to you for a week. We're pretty much in a relationship at this point.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I wasn't like aggressive, but like I'm never the type to, what I'm saying, like pursue a girl like
Right.
actively, right? I'm like
Yeah.
kind of more of like the like let them come to me and then I'll put my teeth in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, come on over. Let's have a drink. Come on over. Let's just have a drink. Let's have a drink. And she's like, no, I can't. I should. I'm like, come on, it's fine. And then like I'm just like, what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was my only encounter with her. But when I heard you telling that story, it brought me back to that time and place. And yeah,
neighbor sex is tight.
Neighbor sex is heavy. See, and it doesn't happen all the time, and they're not usually that loud. But this one was like so fucking loud. I'm telling you, like it almost made me feel like she was like putting it out there, like she knows.
Yo, that would be like fucking torture. If I moved into a place and my neighbor was like some whore that just gets banged out every night, and you can hear it, and I'm laying in bed
alone,
just shot fucking 37 3-pointers, half court Hail Marys on Instagram DMs, and I'm sitting there alone watching Seinfeld, and I could just hear this girl getting fucked next to me, dude.
Yeah, it'd be rough.
Oh my god,
it's torture.
It'd be bad.
But I mean, it didn't happen too much more after that. But I guess for me, and if it was like not that loud, but you could just kind of hear him fucking, it'd be like, okay, that's crazy, like, you know, I really fucks. But it was like, he had to have been fucking her like up against the door, and the like I felt like she was astral projecting her fucking voice into my penis. But you know, that's all I got.
Yeah. So hopefully the neighbors, because I heard their music last night. Hopefully they heard this. I don't know if this is that loud, but
you're like, hey,
just so you guys know,
I'm okay with it.
We can party over here too.
All of a sudden you hear a knock.
Yeah. All right. This is fun. This has been fantastic.
Yeah,
this was like an old fucking strategy and Dolo show. Just bouncing all over the place.
We've been a lot of places today.
Getting crazy, telling good stories.
Pissing people off.
I'm about to piss in my pants. And thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you drop a comment, drop a little like on the video, show some love to the kids, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We're out here. If you're on Spotify or Apple, I think if you give it a good rating, it helps. I don't know. I got to do my research. Also, thank you guys for watching.
Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot.